And the reason I framed the question the way I did, if you watch the interview, because I had a hard time believing that the way Drake was throwing subs and then Rocky was throwing, I was having a hard time believing that was anything other than promo. Because for me, as a person who used to be outside before I was, a father and in a relationship, everybody meets girls, dates girls, people date each other, like...
Especially in the industry where the windows are very small and sometimes you run into the same circles.
Or especially in a world where people are gallivanting around the globe with millions of dollars in their pocket, living the best life ever. How are we nitpicking over, like...
this one, that one, who you dating.
Old relationships that didn't work out, like it got something to do with, like, what are we even talking about? I thought this being in reverse goes back to the whole letting Nas down narrative. Because Nas has a very famous song called Rewind, where he tells a story in reverse. The J. Cole fans, you guys were all in your panties was all in a bunch, because he I don't even know why people was mad at letting Nas down. I'm still confused.
I thought it was
And so now he's telling the story in reverse, so hopefully he didn't let Nas down. I thought that's what we was doing.
Stop.
It is nice to pay whatever, $152 and see 10 of your favorite rappers at a time, as opposed to paying $75 to see 5 of your favorite rappers. So I think in a way,
it's beautiful. Yes, absolutely.
Yeah.
The Costco of hip hop festivals. I love it.
I mean, is that actually disrespectful though?
Rap Life Review, Eddie, Nick, Low, Nadeska, I'm Ebro. Now, Nick is lined up to correct us all on our mistakes. Eddie's celebrating his Seahawks. Low has delved into the J. Cole lyrics, and Nadeska is already lost her patience with all of us. But we are here.
Why are you the second person to say that already?
You told Eddie did say that earlier.
No, it's not true. I said I'm just...
She's having a day.
I'm having a tough day. I'm just struggling, but it has nothing to do with
y'all. 0
y'all.
degrees outside.
That's whatever. It's like you said, we have character in New York. It's cool. The weather's fine. Life is just, lifing.
We have character in New York.
I want to shout out to Lexa Gates, her new album. I want to shout out to Wiz Khalifa on his new album.
Yeah.
NBA Youngboy on his new project. And I had a convo with Rocky that hopefully you saw on Apple Music. His album, Don't Be Dumb, is currently number 2 on the top albums chart. He talked about everything, bro. He was ready to talk.
Yeah. How long he been out? How long he been going? Since
8 years.
8 years, so yeah.
The detail that he gave me on being in jail, over there with the whole, Trump trying to get him out of jail and how that was messing him up, like I didn't expect all that detail.
Right.
At all. And then I didn't expect him to be so forthright with the whole Drake situation. Matter of fact, we got a clip.
I think hip-hop tactics and beefs is like WWF. It's like wrestling all the way, right? But this thing between us, it's not real smoke, but I just don't fuck with him. Like, you know what I mean? We was once friends. I feel like it's over females. I feel like he wasn't happy and he expressed that. Yeah. And I think at some certain point when everybody getting older and it's just like you're supposed to be moving on, for you to still be picking at a female and all that, that's soft to me. You know what I'm saying? And I didn't put out an album. I didn't put out music for me to really say something back. And I finally did say something back to a few people, not just, it ain't just about one person. I'm talking to whoever feel like I'm talking to him, and I do think that shit is petty, and it's like I said, it's enough money, it's enough women, it's enough fame, spotlights to go around, you know what I mean? We not really tripping off nothing, but is it real smoke? It could never be. That ain't smoke.
Damn!
Well,
tell me how you really feel.
Yeah, were you like? What was your reaction when he was so direct?
I didn't know what to expect, honestly, but I didn't expect that. But I guess if you're him and you're like, bro,
enough.
Well, not only that, but like, bro, I mean, we got 3 children, bro.
Right.
Like, why are you talking about my lady still? Y'all ain't been
a thing since God knows.
Like, what are we even talking about? And the reason I framed the question the way I did, if you watch the interview, because I had a hard time believing that the way Drake was throwing subs and then Rocky was throwing, I was having a hard time believing that was anything other than promo. Because for me, as a person who used to be outside before I was, a father and in a relationship, everybody meets girls, dates girls, people date each other, like.
Especially in the industry where the windows are very small and sometimes you run into the same circles.
Or especially in a world where people are gallivanting around the globe with millions of dollars in their pocket, living the best life ever. Right. How are we nitpicking over, like,
this one, that one, who you dating?
Old relationships that didn't work out, like it got something to do with, like, what are we even talking about? Like, and you know, I mean, in my friend group, that's corny.
Yeah.
But
that's considered like super corny to still be bringing up a girl that has moved on and is completely in a whole other thing.
To be fair, though, it's Rihanna.
Drake does this.
Wait, what?
She was the one that got away.
I'll be bragging if I was dating Rihanna too. Say, man, you know that one time I dated Rihanna?
Yeah, but I guess it's. I mean, like I said, it's corny though. Because if you're really that dude and you're really out here moving around, yes, Rihanna's a special person, but go find your next person.
Yeah, I mean, look, he's done this with other people. We were upset when he name dropped Serena on the project. Like, he's done it. She's married, she has a family now, she's moved on. So I don't think it's anything new from him, but I think it's cool that Rocky just said it straight up. It's just, we were good and things got funny. Because you were acting funny, that's cool.
Yeah, I just don't fuck with old boy.
So, and that once again takes it to a next, why are you talking about my lady? If me and you don't like each other, why are you still talking about my lady? Talk to me.
It sounds like the root of their problems has always been over females, right? I don't think it has anything to do with music. I don't think it has anything to do with style or whatever the case is for throwing subs. I think everything is just based off of, I used to date her, now I date her, or I used to be with her and I wanted to be with her, she don't want to be with me, now I got her and I got 3 kids, and it's just a revolving door of women issues. So, which pretty much Rocky just blatantly said, and that's it.
But it was a great interview. You should check it out. It's on Apple Music. Now, how do you guys feel about this Don't Be Dumb album? Start with you, Eddie.
Okay, so I listened to it. The first time I listened to it, I was like, all right, like this is okay. And then the second time I had to like really gather my thoughts, and like my expectations were different, right? So it helped me out with this because I'm still trying to process the whole thing. The first
Can you explain though what your expectations were going in the first time versus
I mean, I think
that's important when you're jumping into a big album like this.
You come in with an album when someone's taking a time off and it's a bigger name in music, and you want it to be really good, especially with someone with the track record of music and albums that A$AP Rocky has. So I am overwhelmed with hype when I'm listening to it. Like, all right, here we go. Yet again, environment has something to do with it. First time I listened to it was in the gym. Probably not the best place to listen to it. For some of it, yes. For other parts, no. So the first time I listened to it, I was like, all right, this album is all right. Like, it's cool. Like, it's not bad. It's solid. It's solid. That's not a bad thing. It's solid. So I was like, all right, cool. Now that's where I set the bar. Let me listen to it again. And then upon my second listen, I was like, okay, I really like the first half. The second half, he's trying some stuff. I don't know if all of it lands for me. And then when I really processed it more, I was like, it was almost too chaotic. Like, he was trying it was like a gumbo of an album. And sometimes that works and sometimes it didn't. For me personally, some of those other sounds he was going for didn't work in this body of work. Am I tripping or did anybody else kind of have that feeling?
So a song like The End, did you like that when he gets into his... It's like the end of the world. It's a little bit trippy. So listening to this album, I think what I felt is that I wish over the years we had gotten more Rocky projects, but smaller. Because to your point, it's like, I felt like he was always an artist who could go anywhere musically speaking. He could test things out and he goes through his phases. He moved to London. He collaborated with Skepta. I think it's just hard now that it's been 8 years. He's trying to fit all of these things that he's been through, all the creative processes into one project. But I mean, we can't go back and change it. But I do wonder if he has music recorded over the past years that he could just give us the pockets that he was.
So both of you are saying there are things you like.
Yeah.
But but your conclusion is trying to do too much in one body of work.
That's what it sounds like.
That's what it felt like.
That was Eddie's conclusion. Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you.
That's how I felt about it. Yet again, I'm still kind of, 2 listens doesn't necessarily mean this is my final judgment on this album, but as of right now, I'm like, all right, man, a lot of these other shit, by the time I got to Shut the Fuck Up, I was like, I don't know about that one.
He's over it.
I mean, there were some high points, like the Doechii song a little bit after that, but I don't know, man, it just, for me, it felt like there was a lot of sounds, and I like if it was a little bit more focused, which is kind of contradictory, because I do want artists to try stuff, but I also want it to sound cohesive at the same time.
Yeah, I didn't feel overwhelmed by it just because I think I've heard like bits and pieces of all of this from him, and yeah, it felt like he wanted to take a shot. I mean, topic-wise, I feel like he hit everything I thought he would, right? It's like betrayal, love, growing up, still being cool, like content-wise.
Yeah, I mean, I guess the experimentation, to Eddie's point, got in the way of the sequencing of the album sonically. And I guess because we haven't heard from him so long over the years, fitting all that into this project, and you have so much to say, does kind of take a toll on the consumer of like, where do I listen, how do I listen, and what do I grasp onto first? So I guess more listens will allow us to get to that point of understanding what this album's about.
My expectations were set by the first single.
Punk Rocky?
Punk Rocky.
Yeah.
Which he had delved into those sounds before, but the fact that that was the first entree, if you will, from the album, I was like, oh, okay, we about to do something a little different. So I already had my brain, and then when Helicopter came and then the album came, I was like, all right, so he gonna try to fit all of this into one place. Let me see how it goes. So when I threw it on, my first thought was, I always like Rocky artistically and what he's attempting to do, and I always like him musically. There's a lot of artists that attempt to be artistic and eclectic and try different things, but the music itself doesn't land, the melodies don't land, the song structures don't land, these other things don't necessarily land. So I was kind of like, I think Rocky's gonna get those things right, but let me see if there's some bangers in here that also fit alongside some of these things that he's trying to take us on a journey into his other soundscapes that he's tried before. Because everything on this album he's done before.
Right. Like Punk Rocky sounded a little bit like Sundress.
Right.
With a little bit more edge to it.
Right. But so everything he's done before, and this aesthetic, this rock star aesthetic that so many people claim they want to be in hip hop, Rocky has always had that and always set the tone for that. And most artists that we see out here doing it started it after Rocky started it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And maybe you want to attribute some of that to Wayne and the Jim Joneses of that era, whatever. And we addressed some of that. He even addressed some of that in our conversation. So I really enjoyed the album. I guess my expectations were, set by that Punk Rocky look. I knew that we were gonna go on a journey. And then when I saw the album art with Tim Burton and all of this, I was like, oh no, he's in his artistic bag.
Right.
So I think I judged it based on musicality, and I judged it based on if the aesthetic that he was delivering on the cover and in the videos and everything lined up for me, and I enjoyed it.
I like that.
I enjoyed it.
And there's also,
I enjoyed it a lot.
And there's another layer to it, because when artists like Rocky drop an album, then the internet gets a hold of it. It's kind of like what we saw with Lil Wayne, right? And I think these are two completely different albums. Lil Wayne album just wasn't good. Like, let's just call a spade a spade.
Carter 6?
Yeah.
Horrible.
Yeah, this Rocky album I don't think was bad, but once people get a hold of the narrative that it sucks, they just run with it, and that becomes the conversation everyone has on social media. So I think it's getting blown out of proportion. Did it all the way land? Maybe not. Is it bad? No, it's not bad.
No, it's not bad.
I bet you people gonna change their tune when they, Rocky says he's going on tour. He's got some tour dates lined up. So I bet you when people actually see this tour, 42-day tour, and they're in there and they're catching the energy and the aesthetic comes together, if he pulls his tour off right, I think some people may change their tune. Because just like you said, Eddie, if you listen to this in the wrong context or in the wrong environment or with the wrong thing, you're not gonna get it if you're thinking. And I don't know what people. The other thing I found myself thinking when I was looking at the people on the internet is I don't know what y'all expected from a Rocky album.
I think that's where the people are confused at. Like, I didn't know what the Punk Rocky thing probably threw them off. Then you get Helicopter. Then you get the Tim Burton thing. Then you get the videos that are looking really, really artsy and crazy.
The SNL performance, did y'all see that? Like, that was
I saw that.
Thundercat and
I
Danny Elfman and
yeah. So there was a lot of confusion, just like.
But at one side, that's when you see that.
Yeah.
Then if you had some sort of expectation that this project was going to be like straight hip hop or straight trying to bar it up or that sort of even that energy, you wasn't catching the context clues.
So where would that have even come from? Even his last projects weren't that.
Right.
It
So what it told me is that y'all ain't really ever listened to an A$AP Rocky album. That's what I really landed on when I saw that. I was like, oh, y'all ain't really been paying attention to bro like that. Like you was checking for his celebrity, you was checking for the fashion, maybe the videos, whatever, his features,
but not
a single or two, but you never
songs.
really listened to an album.
But
before.
isn't this more of a narrative about stan culture's changed a lot since the 8 years that he's been gone? Because now, I don't know. There's certain fan bases, specifically Drake. Like now he calls out Drake, so they're going to be online. Like no matter what happens, this album sucks. We hate A$AP Rocky.
Oh no, the bot game is real. The bot narrative is real. The slander, the paid situation. That's all. Yeah, that's real.
Well, yeah. I mean that's a thing that's just always going to be a thing. So we can't really.
Well, that's why Rocky got to keep putting up shots if he's serious about really bringing this home.
Yeah.
Right. Like you got to stay active. You got to stay out there. You know what I mean? You got to get on tour.
I mean, which he does, the tours and
Did y'all hit that in the interview? Like, is he going to be more present moving forward?
That's what it sounded like. I didn't, he's got the little girl now. He loves being a dad. He's in love with Rihanna. They're in love. There was his whole, and I've known Rocky since Purple Swag, Peso, like, obviously him being a New York kid and them, the whole A$AP mob running around the city and hanging out in the Lower East Side, like I've been supporting them. So, and also maybe I'm biased because I've been rooting for them for a long time and closer to it than maybe some people. But he's always been a professional. I think that's why he has so many brand deals and things. He's always been on time. He's always been polite and trying to work and somebody who wants to show up to work. So I got that same energy plus maturity. Plus, realizing that, that he's had to grow and become, and just become mature just because things that have happened to him, and also being a dad and being in a happy relationship. Happy and healthy relationship, yeah. So, J. Cole, disc 2, track 2.
Yeah, Fall Off.
The Fall Off.
The announcement.
Ooh, perfect timing for Nadeska to come back. You see that? The first episode Nadeska comes back, J. Cole makes an announcement and drops a new song. So what did you know?
I didn't know anything.
They didn't give you a heads
up. They didn't
up.
give nothing, nobody.
I would never tell y'all if I knew anything, but
she would. Yeah, she wouldn't. She really wouldn't. She really wouldn't.
I'm not Lowkey.
That's my job.
But
first rule of Dreamville.
So I know if you would like to. So Ebro, you just said you judged the Rocky album based on what you got from the first single. So this Cole song is so good that this is the first time I finally feel like I need to accept this might really be his final album, right? So he's just telling his life story in reverse. Yeah. The rhyming is impeccable. It's just, Cole is always elite when it comes to rapping, but the amount he manages to cover in like a 4-minute track is crazy. But it feels like this is really the beginning of the end. He said he's been working on this for 10 years. If I read that right? He didn't mean
that's
just
what I think,
10 years of experience, like he's actively been working on it 10 years. He said he's trying to do with this album what he didn't do with Sideline Story, which can I speak for more Cole fans?
You are the Cole spokesperson.
Well, I don't know how you guys felt about it, but yeah, it was not the album I think a lot of us expected, maybe even Cole expected, but we knew he was going through a lot at that time. So I don't know, this makes me really excited to hear the project, or am I just being a stan right now?
No, I mean, I think everybody
liked the record.
Yeah,
pretty much everybody negative on the record.
Yeah, everybody pretty much feels like that. I don't think anyone has anything negative to say about it because, one, we've been waiting for the fall off because it's been talked about for so long. Two, it's a double disc, which we didn't expect. So now we're looking for, all right, what do you really have to say? Because the double disc, you got to fill up a lot of those. You got to fill up.
Double disc in an era where people don't buy discs is crazy. I don't even know what I'm going to do with it. Like, what do you mean it's a double disc?
It says track 2, disc 2. What does that mean, Ebro?
That means that when you open Apple Music, it's going to say disc 1, disc 2.
Side 1,
but you
side
won't
2.
actually be holding a disc.
Okay, physically, no.
Songs, man.
That means
that's all.
No, what it really means. What it really means is
okay.
probably each set of track listings will have a certain theme. Hopefully, or
maybe
certain
Ebro knows
aesthetic.
something.
Yeah, maybe you know.
That's usually what artists do.
Because that was very specific.
No, usually what artists do is they try to differentiate, like this is this vibe, and this is this vibe, or this is this story, and here's
I wonder what that means. So if he's telling his life in reverse, are the different pockets going to be different time periods in his life?
I thought this being in reverse. I thought this being in reverse goes back to the whole letting Nas down narrative. Because Nas has a very famous song called Rewind, where he tells a story in reverse. The J. Cole fans, you guys were all in your panties was all in a bunch because he I don't even know why people was mad at letting Nas down. I'm still confused.
I thought it was
and so now he's telling the story in reverse, so hopefully he didn't let Nas down. I thought that's what we was doing.
That. Stop. I thought he was paying homage.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, but not like the way you just drug it out. Like, it's not.
No, I was really trolling the J. Cole fans.
Why can't we ever have a conversation without you doing that? Like, let's just be adults.
Well, because I still never understood why J. Cole fans was upset at letting Nas.
Who said I was upset?
No, J. Cole fan. Am I lying? Was that a thing?
Oh, man.
That was a thing.
Nah.
Were they mad?
What?
No, there was a whole internet narrative about J. Cole letting Nas down in the song, and they was mad about the song.
I don't think J. Cole
he
fans
say
were
he let
mad.
Nas down?
I thought
He
people
had
just
a song called that.
I thought people just
but
thought
I
it was
don't think-
corny. Like I don't think J. Cole fans
we
were
didn't think he let
mad.
Nas. Yeah.
I thought it
Okay,
was.
so y'all was so the J. Cole fans were mad.
No,
that the song was corny.
no. It wasn't J. Cole fans.
I
It
always
was
feel very
people. It was
condescended
people
to.
making
How do
fun
we
of
even
J.
have this
Cole
conversation
for being
rationally?
corny,
But not fans.
No, it wasn't J. Cole. It was just people
just thought it was corny.
They thought it was corny. It wasn't J. Cole
That's it.
fans.
We just thought it was
It
corny.
was
We
just
didn't
like,
think he let Nas
you
down. We just thought it was corny.
because you made a workout song. Oh, what are you doing?
like, so what?
So what are you doing? Why are you glazing Nas? Like that was the narrative.
Yeah, that's why people had.
Listen, I didn't understand. I like
Yeah.
Let Nas Down as a song. I didn't think it was corny like y'all.
That's the narrative. People thought it was.
Listen,
Well, you said weeks a second ago, so you must have been, and you was heavy on the internet back then. So I suspect that you was a part of that narrative.
I was.
of course he was. Of course
Yeah,
he
that
was.
shit was corny.
With your hate.
I know you're not fucking talking.
With your hate
He was hating less this year. The timing here feels good. The timing feels great.
of the release.
Yeah, so like Lo mentioned, we've been waiting a minute for this album. Of course, 2024 is a hectic year for everybody. A lot still going on last year. Now it feels like a good time for him, right? Like the right space, the right moment in music. I feel like timing is important with the release.
And I don't care if talking about killing rappers, saying he's the best. I want him to get back in that bag. I don't care if he apologized. I don't care what happened with 7 Minute Drill. If he's got a double disc, I mean, he has a lot to say, a lot to address. So if he wants to get that off his chest and make that declaration that I'm still one of the best, if not the best lyricists in this generation, please, by all means, do so. I have no problem with that. There's a lot of people out there, a lot of pundits and personalities. He can't say that. He can't go into that bag.
To be fair, you
To
were
be
the
fair,
pundit.
no.
You were the one saying that.
I was.
Bring up the clip.
I was. Bring it up. Bring up
wanted
the
to make
clip.
sure we didn't
I'm
forget
going back
things
on my
in
word.
there.
So my thing is this.
I'm going back on my word.
My thing is this. My thing is this. I also said that where it was like, yo, it's tough to hear you talking about you gonna body MCs when opportunity came and it was about to go down. But we came later, we understood later and realized that the reason he bowed out was clearly he knew where that thing was going and he did the right thing at that time.
Right.
Getting out of the way of what that became, right? So I think to your point, Lo, if you understand the context and the framing of him deciding, hey, this battle, this ain't the place for me. They got something they got to figure out.
Yeah.
I think now when he's talking about MCs and bodying
He has the
MCs,
right- he has the
it's
right
an
to do
easier
so.
thing to digest. But I also love the checks and balances in hip hop and those pundits that's like, nah, bro. That's part of the culture.
No, it is.
That's part of the culture,
I'm not
man.
mad. I get it.
That's gotta happen.
I get it.
It's just gotta happen.
I get it.
You know what? You know how I felt when I heard the song?
Oh.
And this is actually just my reality.
Eddie, don't do
Nah,
this.
it's the opposite of what you think it's gonna be. I realized, and even though that My Delete Later came out only 2 years, not even 2 years, like what, a year, 2024, but it wasn't, we just got into 2026. I was like, damn, I miss J. Cole rapping. That's how I felt. Like I was like, it made me go listen to old J. You can like check my threads. It made me go listen to old J. Cole albums. I was like,
A lot of people felt that way as well.
Oh yeah, like even though we got music from you not that long ago, I want to hear a body of work from you because you're really good at doing this.
Really good.
Especially in a day and age where people don't put the emphasis on rap skill anymore. It's good to hear someone who has elite skill in rapping that makes good music. The two don't marry each other that much anymore. Like people make good music or people can rap really well.
There's too many people making shit that doesn't check all the boxes. Is what you're saying.
And he
because there was a time when it clicked up a lot, but there was also a lot less product in the marketplace, and there was more development, and there was more, unfortunately or fortunately, gatekeeping of people being like, nah, this ain't good enough, or I'm not putting this out, or someone's not putting it out because you ain't there yet.
Right. Mm-hmm.
Now we don't have those barriers to entry, so you get a lot of shit that just
don't fly.
It ain't quality.
Yeah, and as the smoke cleared from the beef and his removal of himself from it, it just made me anticipate this album in a way I wasn't anticipating before. Like I heard this song and I was like, oh yeah, I'm ready for this. I don't, like you two, I didn't care as much then as y'all did. I really don't care now. And we're starving even though we had a good year in 2025, I'm just starving for good rap albums. Give me more of the Wale's,
Continuation
more clips.
of good rap albums.
Yeah, dog. I don't care about all that. Just give me good music, bro.
And it's a double disc.
Well, and there's a time and place for everything too. And you get 2 CDs when it drops. Yo, and there's a time and place for everything too, right? Like when a battle was going on, people was covering a battle.
Yeah.
Right? Like now we talking about an album and somebody putting together a body of work. I think, you know, you got
an important album, a very important
very important album from a very important artist. And I think, yeah, man, it's not the time for what we was doing. We doing something else.
And potentially his last.
Speaking of time and time to release and timing, yo, this T.I. little release moment kind of hit, bro.
That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah. This T.I. record is fire.
That's what I'm talking about. I love it. He cut them locks off, or whatever the hell you call them, dreads?
Locks, dreads. Yeah, same thing.
Well, he cut his hair.
Yeah.
Right? And he got back to the old T.I. formula, that 2006, 2004 trap music, DJ Toomp, but even though Pharrell produced it, it was just cut through the noise, just got right back to what T.I. was and who he is, and just the hat's tilted, the hair's brush cut. It's just it's good.
It feels nostalgic,
it feels
but quality.
So nostalgic, yeah.
And speaking of great rap and quality rappers, T.I. is one of them guys.
Has always been one of them guys. Has always been.
T.I.'s in a weird place too, because I've always said this, and we've had this conversation before on Rap Life Review. Somehow, T.I. got lost in history a little bit. Like, T.I. was one of the hottest rappers in the fucking world. Like, he struck oil, gold, whatever the case may be, and there was like a pocket in time where everything he touched was just fire. And for some reason, fast forward to where we're at now, maybe it's because of the social media antics, the news that he's been in, like the lawsuits, reality shows, the hair. It's become hot. The comedy, all that other stuff is taking over the conversation.
I didn't realize they was making fun of T.I.'s hair until he cut that hair off.
Oh, that was.
I just saw.
No,
that.
you didn't see the part. You didn't see when he was performing and he took his hat off and there was a big ass bald spot.
My algorithm, maybe because I'm bald and I ain't got no room to talk.
I don't either, but
on my timeline.
They bullied that man. I don't know if it was a part of his rollout for the single "Let Him Know," but they bullied that man.
That wasn't part of the rollout. That wasn't part of the rollout. Hell no, because that wasn't good. But in saying that, I don't know how people will receive new T.I. music. Like, I just don't know. Like, sometimes.
Bro, listen. I'm telling you now, when I put up the clip of the preview, I didn't see one bad review of I'm telling you. And then when the song came out, a collective of hand claps, standing ovations. They love this song. They love, like, to his point, they love that nostalgia shit.
I'm not saying that's not real, but let's be clear, bro. There's a lot of albums that we champion and everyone loves when they drop. And then I don't want to call out specific artists because it gets weird. And then a few weeks later, the album's just gone. Like, it don't chart, no one cares, the conversation's over. But for like a week, we act like we care, and then we just don't. And there's been some big artists over the last few months where we were like, yeah, first week that album was great, blah, blah, blah. Nothing. You know what I'm saying? So we can act like we like.
But on that is a lot, goes back to what we were saying earlier, the amount of content that the world, the platforms, the apps, pick a thing, are competing for attention, right? The amount of content that the average person is expected to pay attention to in the course of a day, a week, a month, whatever,
is absurd.
Beyond like anything we've ever seen before. And so if you're not actively,
paying attention,
touring, creating content every day, promoting, et cetera, that's why some artists, they resort to, clickbaity, rage-baity, antics, to be seen every week, because that's the only way they're gonna get posted on the blogs and they play in that world. You have some artists that you or I may not even be hearing of that are out here selling merch, doing tours, and really super serving their fans and living a great life and having tremendous success, and it's just not on our radar, right? So to your point, Eddie, yes, things do fall by the wayside, right? And we end up not talking about things that are incredible because we're inundated with other things that we have to cover or whatever. But that really, the responsibility falls on all of us watching this, talking, and all of it. If we really, just like we did with the clips last year, if we really believe something is incredible, just like we did with Tyler last year, We did it with Glorilla last year. We believed something was incredible. Cardi B, we kept bringing it up. When conversations took place about new things coming on, we compared it to the last thing and just making sure that, but is it better than a clip? If clips is the standard, you drop something.
Is it better than
Is
the
it
clip?
better than this?
Is it better than that?
Right, so that really falls on all of us covering this and people watching this to continue to keep bringing this stuff to the forefront so it doesn't, if we really believe it's that shit.
And I really believe that record, let them know,
It's a good record. I'm not saying
it's a really good record. Because I wasn't expecting, I wasn't expecting it.
Yeah.
But I do love this record, and I hope that this is what the album Kill the King sounds like. And I got word that DJ Toomp is producing a couple records on that album. And if you know the history between those two, that's a good sign. So to his point, we got to keep this record because it's a solid record. So
I mean, T.I. will do it.
Up there.
He's an entertainer. I mean, some artists have trouble jumping into that cycle and promoting, especially if they haven't been doing it recently. But this man's always been a showman, so I'm sure he's going to be doing a lot of content around the rollout.
Yeah.
Looking forward to it.
50 Cent finalizes the $124 million deal with Louisiana. Yo, Fifth, does this mean we get to stop seeing you act like you're cool with all them conservative politicians and taking photos with Republicans? Now that this is done, we can move on. And now you ain't got to do that dance anymore. We could do something else.
Some people are who they are, E.
Damn.
Everything ain't
the game's the game, right? You gotta do the dance.
Some of these people aren't playing. This is who they are, man. Take it at face value.
Take it at face value.
Yeah, man.
Shout out to Fifth.
Love you though, Fifth. Keep doing your thing, bro. Rolling Loud co-founders. They claim that they are only doing Orlando in the United States in 2026. What does this say to y'all about Rolling Loud? And because also last year, the narrative looking at Coachella and other festivals, there wasn't a lot of hip hop on it. After a decade of Joe Blow and their cousins having 30 seconds of music, getting a slot at the biggest festivals, now all of a sudden nobody wants y'all. And the festival that was dedicated to hip hop, Rolling Loud, is doing one date
this entire year
in the United States.
I don't know if it's the quality of artists. I don't know if it's the dollar is not being spent. I don't know if it's the interest. I don't know. It could be all of that. But I mean, Rolling Loud has pretty much an age ceiling for me at 25, 26.
But those are the main consumers though. As far
that's what I'm saying. That's the ceiling for So are they buying? Are they buying tickets to this? Are they interested? Are they really going from city to city just like how Rolling Loud used to be? To the point where it's now condensed to only Orlando?
I mean, multiple things can be true, guys.
Of all cities?
Let's not act like we don't know the temperature of what's happening in the world, man. Shit's expensive. And because of political reasons, things are getting more expensive, whether it's tariffs or every other thing. People don't have the money, man. Yes, rap has changed, and we've been saying it for years. Rap has shifted, and it's kind of in a weird space currently. And as it faces those challenges, let's not act like we're not having economic challenges. And these concerts and these venues are increasingly more expensive. And who knows what costs they're facing. What's the insurance if you got a whole bunch of young 18, 19, 20-year-old YNs in your venue? What are their costs looking like? And I'm pretty sure it's been diminishing returns throughout the years because those lineups are huge and they have to pay those people. So like everybody else in these economic times, those guys are probably looking at the cost of everything and saying, how is this something that we can maintain going into the future? So is it music?
I think the other part is the biggest acts, the biggest acts in the game are doing their own thing.
And there's that part.
They're not jumping. Yeah. They're not jumping on a Rolling Loud. So
look who's on it.
It's not going to be on
Playboy Cardi, NBA YoungBoy just did tours.
Just finished their tour.
Those are their headlines.
NBA, they'll be on the festival.
But I'm saying they just did
Playboy
tours.
Cardi.
Oh yeah, they are.
NBA YoungBoy and Don Toliver.
And they just did tours. So it's I could go to I could, but I just spent my money this year to see Playboy Cardi. I just spent my money this year to see NBA YoungBoy. It's redundant.
Their lineups have always been redundant, though.
Well, I think it's everything. Look, the answer can be all the above, right? I think what you're saying, Eddie, is absolute facts. I think, yes, the biggest names aren't on there. I think Rolling Loud was notoriously chocked full of artists that were trendy, buzzworthy, TikTok-y, internet popular, but didn't really have maybe crossover appeal.
Or catalog.
And then I also think when you're talking about a youth-targeted thing that's pretty much 18-24, you know, the amount of disposable money, you know, for that audience is not the same as like, you know, obviously a Taylor Swift audience or you know, SZA audience or a Beyonce or, you know what I mean, SZA and Kendrick, where you're getting grandma, you know, mom, dad, and kids all going to an event. You know what I'm saying? This is very targeted at a youthful experience, an 18-24 audience. So I think all of that added up has the organizer saying, hey, we're gonna take this to Orlando.
You said cost effective. Almost never do you hear people talking about making music, things cost effective for artists.
You do.
These like ticket prices, usually the past couple of years. I don't see this that often.
Yeah, well, they need to make it cost effective because what Eddie was talking about, and probably they was losing mad money, so they need to think cost effectively too.
Yes.
About what they was losing by doing all these shows, and as Eddie pointed out, insurance, you know, people not wanting Rolling Loud maybe to come to the cities because of how chaotic it got. You know what I mean? All that sort of thing. So Rolling Loud is happening in 2026 in Orlando.
Coming up.
May 8th to 10th.
Nick be knowing.
That's why we got him.
Knowledge right there.
That's why we got him here.
Nick, you gonna be at Rolling Loud? That's your scene.
I don't know if I'm going to Orlando for it, but if they want to,
Orlando's a nice place, man.
I've never been actually. Maybe I go to Epcot.
Orlando's a nice place. I took my kid down there to Disney World. And by the way, anybody go down there to Rolling Loud in Orlando, keep in mind that Disney thing is brolic out there. Don't get out there acting up. They don't want nothing in the way of that Disney, bro. Do not play yourself in Orlando, my guy.
That was a good fact. Thank you. Thank you for that.
If you want to know what I honestly believe, I think they only doing one show because they really not gonna trim the prices that much, and they want all the people that's gonna spend the most to just get in. They don't want the rest of y'all. All y'all buying the cheap tickets and the last minute tickets, they want y'all out of there, if you want my honest opinion. They want people who make plans, buy tickets early, can afford flights and hotels to come down to Orlando. All this other gibberish is a lie.
You could have just said that from the
jump. They
jump.
don't want nobody popping up at the gates.
You could have just
they don't
said
want none of that
from the jump, bro.
They want people who plan, who can afford hotels, can get on flights, and buy tickets early.
The VIP passes and all that. All that shit, okay.
The full
experience.
Yeah. That's what they want at Rolling Loud. Thanks for coming out. Bad Bunny, y'all saw this new
trailer.
Super Bowl promo?
Super Bowl? You say Super Bowl?
Chill.
You said Super Bowl. You said Super Bowl, right?
Seahawks ain't in it yet, and I'm rooting for y'all, but chill. I don't even want to jinx it. I really want to see y'all in it. I want you to relax, though, please. Please relax.
Because if they make it, he's going to be insufferable.
No, I want him to, he deserves it all.
He does.
Go.
But not right now.
I will be insufferable, guys.
That's what I said.
No, I'm going to give you all the room, the space, whatever, man. Go.
Yeah. I got more jackets.
I love the city of Seattle. I love when teams put together a plan, stick to it, and see results.
Yeah.
I love it all.
All right, we got it. Super Bowl. Okay. Now, what was you saying? So, what about the Super Bowl?
No, Bad Bunny. The Apple Music Super Bowl 60 halftime show. Bad Bunny's performing, and there's a new commercial that came out.
Yeah.
Nadeska, did you see it?
Beautifully shot.
How'd you feel about it?
Very inclusive, amazing. I feel like it was an excellent trailer. He said everything he needed to say in this few minutes.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
Music brings people together, man, even if you don't understand the language.
I didn't want him to be inclusive. I didn't want it to be inclusive.
Why not?
I wanted him to. I didn't want it to be inclusive.
You didn't, right?
But I mean,
he's
still doing it on his own terms. It's not like he's changing himself or his
He's
show.
He's telling people that you're welcome to enjoy.
You know my favorite. Okay, we'll go, let's continue to talk about Bad Bunny. But my favorite part about this is like everyone gets super mad because we have this Puerto Rican that speaks Spanish who's still American because in Puerto Rico, but whatever. And they get all mad and they're like, "All right, guys, we'll give you your white rock band. Here's Green Day." And now Green Day's gonna.
Well, hang on now. Green Day got something to say.
That's what I'm
saying. You don't
saying.
know what they gonna do when them microphones is on.
That's what I'm saying. Like, cats have no idea when Green Day nowadays with this political climate going up, that shit rock, man.
Nah.
It's about to go down.
Well, and you know, Green Day is from the San Francisco Bay Area. They're from Richmond, California, so that's home turf.
Listen, if y'all thought you had to worry about Bad Bunny ain't the one you need to worry about. You might want to worry about Green Day, y'all. It's about to get real.
Nah, and listen, I love the Bad Bunny promo. Shout to our Apple Music family and the whole team and Bad Bunny team that worked on it. I think, you know, in a time like this where there's so much going on outside, the fact that somebody's like, nah, we're about to celebrate togetherness, unity, and culture, and show that, you know, no matter what language you're speaking, no matter what background you're coming from, we can find joy together.
Yeah.
That's the illest, you know, fight the power moment you can have.
Yeah,
that's beautiful.
You know what I'm saying?
The Bad Bunny.
This week it was popular to look back at 2016. Everybody was posting 2016 photos, including myself.
Where did that start? So somebody help me, what?
I don't know.
I understand it's 10 years. I get that. But like 2025, 2015, they didn't do that for that year.
I think for certain reasons.
Like, who started this?
2016 was like the last year of certain stuff.
You want to confront them?
Yeah, I just want to know why.
Oh, you mean 2016? That was when Obama stepped out. From 2016 till now, it's been a bit of a roller coaster.
Because that was Trump's first term.
Yeah. So I think people are looking back.
You think that's where it started?
I think some of it was we almost didn't know what we had, and I think people are looking back feeling that way.
Just from the political landscape of it, or just life in
from,
general.
From a lot of stuff. Yeah, good year in music too.
Well, look, we didn't know that. And that's why I was bringing it up, man. I was gonna go look at. You had the mannequin challenge.
That was a great album.
That was Black Beatles.
Yeah, that was Black Beatles, but you know a Black Beatle, it's a roach.
All right.
Whoa!
Sorry.
What the?
But he's not wrong.
Black. No, a roach is brown.
Don't make it. Don't make it that. Don't make it that. Don't make it that.
No, you ain't making.
Don't make it that.
No, I ain't making it that.
Eddie, don't make it that.
If you was somebody else, I'd be like, yo, that was coded. Don't do that.
Well, you know why? Because I'm gonna tell you who wasn't the black version of the Beatles. Ray Shrimmer. Sorry.
They ain't roaches though. Jesus Christ.
Sorry.
Yo, remember when we talked about the albums at like the specific years and we talked about Ray Shrimmer?
Yeah.
He had the same, he got really upset about that shit?
Well, because it was Low and his friends that was mainly getting paid to be on Twitter at this time to run around with this Black Beatles narrative.
No, stop doing that.
That was fire, bro.
We did the mannequin challenge.
Ray Shrimmer was heat then.
They were listening
act like
it was Low and them's fault. Real life
Anytime
cats,
some shit go
Low,
bad,
Hennessy Palooza, all of them cats, they was the ones.
Henny Palooza.
They changed it to Duce Palooza.
Henny Palooza. Then we changed it to Duce Palooza. Yes, okay. Not go down that road. Okay.
No, but looking back at 2016, albums that turned 10, Coloring Book, Chance the Rapper.
That's one of your favorites. That's
good.
Right?
That was a phenomenal album.
Yeah.
Drake Views.
Fine.
Blank Face Schoolboy Q. It's a lot of fire in here, bro.
Life of Pablo.
Savage Mode, 21 and Metro Boomin.
That was all right.
J. Cole, For Your Eyes Only.
Birds in the Trap, Sing McKnight.
Fire.
For Your Eyes Only.
Jeffrey.
Oh, yeah, we said that. Jeffrey. Oh, Slime 3.
Both.
Oh.
I like it. I'm a big fan of that Untitled Unmastered. I really liked it.
Still Brazy YG. Evil from Future. There's a lot of there's some good shit in 2016.
Let's not forget Panda by Designer. It was a feel-good time. Remember how big
I like that Evil project from Future at that time, too.
Pick Up the Phone was a huge record. Yeah. I like Broccoli with Drum and Lil Yachty. I like that record.
That was a good record. I don't remember a lot of 2016.
You don't remember none of it?
I don't remember a lot of it.
That was when
my good brother Q-Tip and the brothers from Tribe Called Quest put out an album that year too. That was
We Got It From Here.
We Got It From Here. Thank you for your service. That was the final.
That was
album.
when Bron and the Cavs came back from 3-1.
That was 2016.
Yeah, that was. Ooh, that was a good sports year too.
That was a good sports year.
Yeah.
2016 wasn't that bad.
We didn't know what we had, guys. We didn't know what we had.
We didn't know what we had.
Narrative.
Now
I get it now.
Now it's dark out here, man.
It's very dark.
We're living like
Cole's coming.
We're living like Andor.
Well, that's the last album.
So you ain't got nerdy, huh? Andor.
Yeah,
Don't let him.
Andor.
Don't let him. He about to
Go ahead. Nerd out. Nerd out. Yeah, give us all the comic book
Don't let him go down.
analysis.
Listen, I'm gonna make it quick. You go watch Andor. It's looking a lot like Minnesota. That's all. Just go watch Andor.
Into the comments. They calling you Nick Knowledge out here.
The most tapped in on the show.
That's right. Tapped into the underground and the mainstream.
Shout out to Nick on this one, man. He took over the comments this week, baby.
Nick and Eddie, the new Statler and Waldorf.
Yo, that was a good one.
I had to look that up.
Oh, you know that was?
I don't know who that
The Muppet
was.
Show dudes, the haters.
I know now. Yeah,
We're not haters. We just be laughing.
Peas in the pod over here, man.
I like that one. That was a good one. Whoever
good.
said that was funny.
It was good.
Hell excited.
I hope this leads to people going to check y'all out on the plug too.
Absolutely.
Yes, please do.
Because if you want more Nick and Eddie, the plug,
that's
man.
what they at.
Nick was supposed to come to the crib today. I was gonna have a party, and last week, and then my internet went out, and it didn't happen. But I appreciate you. We was about to pull up.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, we about to do
What kind of party you was having, Eddie?
I was gonna watch the game, and I was having a whole bunch of people over, and then my internet went out, and it just couldn't happen.
There it is.
I'm jealous.
Lareezy Music gave us some love.
No, he gave
Shout out
you
to
some
Lareezy.
love.
They gave the
Nick
Nadeska
gave
some
him a
love.
shout out, and then he just said, fuck Nick. He was like, good looking out, Ebro.
He was like, thanks, Ebro.
I'm like, yo, why you cut out Nick? Because somebody cut that themselves. That wasn't our clip.
Right.
And they cut out all of Nick saying, yo, listen to Lareezy. Lareezy, come on, man. Give my boy some love. He's Walter.
Wait, Nick, you ain't cut that?
Waldorf or something.
You ain't make that clip?
No.
Oh, I thought you made that clip.
I wouldn't cut myself out of my own clip.
I don't know. I just thought you made the clip because it said invite collaborate. I'm like,
No,
oh, shit,
that was
all
the
right.
Lareezy. The Lareezy.
He cut
That
down.
was Lareezy did that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yo,
my
shout out to
fault.
my man King Los out there. He left a comment too,
Yeah,
man. Shout out to him, man. I love that brother, man. Love that brother. Love his projects too. If you're not a King Los fan, you don't know his story, please go check that.
Pen game crazy.
Crazy. Now, before we wrap, we go to Nick
Yeah.
for what we missed.
Uh-oh.
Let's
I was
go
getting
back to
scared.
2016 for a second.
Ooh,
'cause
let's
we
go
talked
back.
about some of the projects and songs that came out. How did we leave off Skepta's Konnichiwa?
Ooh, great project.
Classic. And we talked about
Classic.
Lil Uzi Vert. We had a chance, but Perfect Love Tape and Lil Uzi Vert versus the World both came out 2016 as well.
He was working.
Those went out to like
Crazy,
set him up as the artist of that time. You know, not to mention the year we got introduced to Lil Yachty and all type of stuff like that. So 2016, tapping back into that nostalgia. People want that back this year. You know what I mean? They want to get back to that this year. So they're kind of trying to speak it into fruition, hoping that we get that back. So
2016.
Have you, Nick, have you gone back to listen to any of that music? Is any of that music, the Yachty from that time or the Uzi Vert from that time, is that still in rotation for you?
the Uzi Vert, definitely, just those like big songs, you know what I mean? They're still nice to hear. I would say I listen to Love is Rage 2, which came out 2017 more than I listen to those.
like
but
that. I like that.
yeah, still listening to that. I don't think I listen to Yachty from 2016 too much anymore, but Skepta Konnichiwa, always in rotation, no
I
matter
still
what.
listen to that too.
Yeah. Young Thug, I'm Up came out that year, it's always in rotation. Moving on, Rolling Loud.
Yeah.
It's been around for a decade at this point. And we did
That goes back to 2016 too.
2015 is when it initially started. But we set that up, you know, after a decade, and maybe it's just time for them to take a break as well, right? We watched them go to India in November of last year. They will be in Australia in March of this year. So it still is a lot of festivals within, you know, a short span. And so I think we can't just like call them dead or call it over yet. Because also Playboi Carti did like debut I Am Music at Rolling Loud
We were
last
there.
year.
Yeah,
We were there
yeah.
for that too. So I think it still is this huge event where big things happen in rap. So just because it's not traveling to LA this year or anything like that, I don't think it says so much about where the festival is. I think it's still responsible for a lot of special moments in hip hop, not just in the US, but around the world.
Nick, is this you editorializing your opinion of Rolling Loud, or is there some factual information you would like to give us here?
Well, the fact
'Cause
is
I
that
don't
they
think
were
any
in
of us said
India.
it was dead or over.
Well, the fact
I
is
just-
that they were in India 3 months ago, and they're going to be in Australia in 2 months from now, not to mention Orlando. So we kind of it was set up as if it's shrinking in a
dying.
way. Yeah, it was set up as if it was shrinking.
No, I honestly wanted to point out to rappers who jump on festivals before they're ready, or festivals who put people on shows and sets before they're ready, are doing a disservice to music. Oh, by the way, what you're saying, Nick, is this brand built itself on the back of hip hop in America and basically is like, thanks, y'all, we out.
get there?
Yeah, I don't think we're there
Did
at
you
all.
see the wheels turning as he was letting go that monologue, and like the fucking smoke was just coming out
Thanks,
of his
American hip hop. Thank you for your service. We're in India now, in Australia.
What?
I think they'll be back in America, bro. But also, there is a business
That's the way I
proposition.
heard it. That's the way it played. in my
That's what
head.
played in his phone.
That's what I heard.
I heard the same thing.
It is nice to pay whatever $152 and see 10 of your favorite rappers at a time, as opposed to paying $75 to see 5 of your favorite rappers. So I think in a way,
Oh, that's
an
beautiful.
impression.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah.
The Costco of hip hop festivals. I love it.
I mean, is that actually disrespectful though?
Costco
makes- Costco
I love Costco.
Costco makes
I go in
so
there, I get a
much
big
money.
bag of
Costco, like,
whatever I wanted for a cheap price.
I mean, they kind of
Listen, it's not
revolutionized
shade.
the
I'm just
game,
saying
though.
it is what it is.
I know, it's just the tone and the verbiage.
Nah,
and
he
it's just like
dissing
the
him, dog.
timing.
Like, we
He's
don't
not
gotta-
wrong, though.
He's dissing him, man. Like, we don't gotta
I think they are.
Nah, he's shitting
You have a
over
variety of
Loud,
selection
bro.
when you go in there for a cheap price.
Well, look. First of all, I've always thought that Rolling Loud was good for the people
go.
that went there. They really had a good time. I've always thought that Rolling Loud was hurting other more local festivals because they were paying fees to artists that other local smaller festivals couldn't do.
Right.
So that put a lot of festivals out of business. Like if we keep it at 100. Right. And then they bankrolled that and went on to do how many different things. And now y'all doubling back like, yo, meet us in Orlando where the hotels is dumb expensive. And if you can't make that, we're in India and Australia.
I'm gonna play devil's advocate. I'm gonna play devil's advocate.
Meet us in India.
Are you saying that? Are you saying that for Summer Jam reasons,
bro?
Are you saying that for Summer Jam reasons?
Summer Jam, I'm not involved in Summer Jam.
We've been involved in Summer Jam for mad long.
Listen. Someone would say it.
I'm saying it based on what I did, just the knowledge of the game. So yeah, I guess it is Summer Jam reasons because I'm like watching all of these festivals who used hip hop to make a lot of money. And how much did it benefit the artist? Maybe it put some money in their pocket, but now
Where are they?
It benefits the artists, man. What are we doing? Like it's
no, it
giving
does. It puts money in their pocket.
and it gives them a platform.
But if you last year, who you was riding for at Rolling Loud? Jello?
yeah, sure.
I was waiting for this one.
Yeah,
that was your man. And and he was on there, and I was like, yo, my man, if they giving you 15 minutes, you got one song. Why they giving
that you see the point? You see the point where he's trying to make?
No, I don't see the point because you're saying Rolling Loud hurt Jello or Jello not making good music hurt Jello.
Rolling Loud definitely hurt Jello.
Rolling Loud gave him an opportunity. It's on you to make the most of the opportunity. It has nothing to do with the platform that was given to you. That's like the same conversation people have.
He's saying the platform.
I know what he's saying. I can hear him.
Okay. All right. So then, what do you not understand?
I didn't even finish my thought on Jello.
So no one finished their thought.
I didn't even finish my thought on Jello. All I was saying was it is good for the artists because it does put in their money in their pocket and it does give them exposure. But it can also, two things can be true. It can also be bad for the artist because why would you give 15 minutes to somebody who got one song and no stage performance? What that does is that devalues the thing that we love and hold near and dear, which is this music thing.
Nick, did you think it was gonna go this way? You thought you were gonna just wrap this up, put a little bow.
Nick definitely thought he was about to walk out the door with
right
this
out into
one.
the credits.
Nah, because Nick want to be like, well, it started 2015 and, it's a really nice show and, I really have a good time. Man, so what, man?
I didn't say any of those things, but
Well, that's why he asked you. He was like, do you have like a fact about it? Or is this like...
I thought you was finna tell us it started in 2015 and then, I don't know, you was going to give us some, I don't know.
I don't
You
know.
broke this many artists.
Yeah. And it didn't happen like that.
No, but
mean,
listen,
but it
I'm sure they
did.
have, man.
No,
I'm sure they broke a lot of
yeah.
artists.
No,
People
they
had
have.
great
They have.
time.
Yeah.
People have
And
done
by the
the
way, you can also, all good things come to an end.
yeah.
Like people have done
Well, I
the thing
think
where they posted
Nick's
Rolling Loud
point
10
was
years ago, and it like,
because it's only in Orlando doesn't mean that the festival is dying out or it's just not what it used to be. I think they're taking their talents
He wasn't
elsewhere.
impressed
He wasn't a fan. He wasn't
by
a
them
fan of
taking
it.
the talents
and Ebro's
elsewhere.
not a
just
fan of
bouncing.
it. But that was Nick's core
Ebro
point.
just hates Rolling
Taking
Loud.
your money and bouncing, that's what the hell's going
They
on.
just changed your business plan. Okay. All right. Well, now we know how everybody feels about Rolling Loud. Nick, you wanted to add anything else?
Yeah. Let's move it on a little bit.
You know what? I'm in the fire. Let's keep going.
Let's move it on a little bit. Going back to double disc. We didn't mention that "Don't Be Dumb" is technically a double disc,
But it's like 4 or 5 songs on the same disc, right?
but it goes back.
But
to
isn't it based on the videos?
No, there's just 2 songs on there. And
That's
the
not a double
album
disc.
teaser is part of the double disc as well.
That's not a double.
When it comes to double discs, Lowe's your guy, all right? Don't ever talk about a double disc or even try to make a double disc.
You good, man?
Unless you run it by Low first.
Eddie, I was about to ask the same shit. You good?
You good?
You all right?
It ain't a double disc. It makes
is.
no sense. There's no 2 discs, man. You're not
Narrator.
making discs anymore.
He is
Nobody
not
buys
good.
discs.
He's not good.
He's not good. He's not
I
good.
said I was off at the start of the episode. I gave a heads up.
It literally just leaked over to him.
Nah, because it's just
It literally
why
just
we just
seeped
let
over to him.
stupidity
This
fly,
is
man?
It's not stupidity. It says disc 2, track 2. What does
But
that
there's
mean to
not
you?
a disc. There's no disc.
I'm not saying physically, Ebro. All right, 2-sided. Is that better?
disc.
There's no
Two-sided.
disc. There's no 2
Two-sided.
sides. You can't
So
flip it
so
over.
take that out with
what,
even
you
cold.
flip your phone? Or what are we talking about?
take
But you
that
know what? Maybe
no.
they are selling discs.
No,
maybe
it's
they
vinyl.
are.
It's vinyls. They're doing vinyl.
Also, it's the
not-
disc
it's not-
of the
it's not-
record.
it's not a double
It's a disc
vinyl.
of the record. It's a double.
No, you don't.
Also, you couldn't fit, it'd be like 4 on vinyl.
You can't fit, what, 12 songs?
Yeah, so it'd be like 4.
So it can't just be an artist trying to artistically say something about
He
this.
just
issue.
said,
Nick,
all
it
he
can't-
said it was
it
a
can't be that,
double. He
Nick,
says
apparently.
this too.
And-
I'm going to just, yell at them.
Listen,
Yell
I'm
at
talking
Cole
about-
and them.
If we want to be
No,
technical,
I
they
prefer
still
to
do
yell
make
at you
CDs.
because I was okay with what Nick just said, where it's like an artistic thing, until you came out your mouth and was like, "Yo, it's 2 discs. That means they got a lot of space to fill up." Like what?
Hey,
what are you saying?
They still
Theoretically,
make CDs,
y'all understand
bro.
what I was saying, right?
They make CDs
Y'all got what I was
still.
saying, like just theoretically, right?
Yeah. They
Okay,
make
thank you,
CDs
Eddie.
still.
I'm not saying about the CDs, Eddie.
I mean, but I'm saying
He wasn't even talking about the CDs. God damn, man. Nick, what else you got, bro?
Hey, I think we should just wrap it up, man. I think
I'm with you. I'm with you. It's already
I
too
say,
cold
fuck
outside
it,
for
let's
this
keep
shit
going.
anyway. Like, I'm already
Fuck
with you.
it. Why stop now?
Keep going, right, Eddie? Go ahead, Nick. What else you got?
On J. Cole's return,
Yes.
Nadeska said something about the timing being correct. And for the real Dreamville heads out there, they might know that the album date coming 2/6 is what they call Fayetteville. It's the 2/6. So there's some symbolism
That's the area
there.
code, right?
I don't know if it's an area code because it's just 2 numbers, but I don't know
It's not.
I
It's
didn't-
not one number. All right, yo, what the fuck is going on
We
today?
gotta see what that. Thank you, Nick. I didn't know that.
What's the area code of Fayetteville?
Nick is right, though. If it's only 2 numbers, it can't be the area code.
Well, no, because it's
What I
2, 6,
know.
26. So it's
Primarily because Fayetteville, North Carolina is called a 2/6, primarily because the 26th Infantry Division, Yankee Division, that was significant present in the city. So they refer to it as 2/6. Okay.
There you
So
go, thanks,
Vietnam
Nick.
War era Yankee Division, and J. Cole refers to it as 2/6.
Adding some substance. I was talking about just timing, speaking in life, and on the timeline. But I like that little fun
So
fact
it's a
there.
military.
the Vietnam thing.
The
he's a
history is a
military
military
kid.
thing, but J. Cole was using it, and February 6th, 2/6.
2/6 is when it drops. So
got
there-
That was a good one.
That's a good
Thank you,
tidbit there, Nick.
That was a good one.
And going back to understanding Don't Be Dumb a little bit more.
All right,
We
let's
can
go.
get back.
I like it.
Okay.
We see the different characters on the album.
All right.
And the representation of Rocky across his different eras is what we're hearing on the album. So that's why it sounds like a bit of a gumbo. That's why it isn't so quote unquote cohesive, because there is, warning in there and, at long last and things like that. So that's the reason why it sounds that way.
Rocky in our conversation went into, and you can check it out on Apple Music, talking about the caricatures. A, talked about Tim Burton and how that relationship started. B, the caricature that are on the album cover representing different, as Nick just articulated, different eras of him and different kind of themes that he's put in the albums. And so, yeah, I think that lines up with what you're saying. He also talked about the timeline of those, different eras and themes and iterations of his artistry.
Okay, I'm excited to see that. Yeah, that's what I was saying. I would love if we could just get Rocky through the years, like a 3-pack for every year or era, but
So
I
4
like how you
disc.
put it together in the album.
A 4
Don't
disc.
say disc.
Yo, Low, are
Don't
you
say-
happy for a 4
Don't
disc?
say disc.
I'm gonna be respectful.
You're positive, Low.
I'm trying to be respectful this year, so I apologize for saying the physical.
4
aspect.
CDs for sale.
Let's keep this moving. Let's wrap this up.
A-Ball had 3 CDs. Lost.
Close.
It was a great 3D set.
Nah, but 1,000% artists do the disc 1, disc 2 for nostalgia's sake.
Okay, that's all I was trying to
I just don't want to hear you excited about a double disc like they got to fill up a certain amount of time on the disc. I don't ever want to hear that again. Like, you know what I mean? Remember back in the day, you burned a CD and only had like 60 minutes, and you're like, yo, if he doing 2 of those, that's 100, gotta be 120 minutes.
It was 80 minutes. Okay, I get it. I'm sorry. You're right.
That's all the space they got.
You're right. You're right.
You didn't have to apologize for that one. I knew what you meant, Lo. I know what
Thank
you
you.
meant.
Thank you.
Now y'all
He
didn't know
just
it.
meant
Y'all
if you're
lying.
expecting like 30 songs, he's got a lot to cover. That's all he meant.
that's
But
all.
anyway,
That ain't what he
anyway.
meant. That's being
that's
nice.
exactly
Because
what the
last
fuck
week you was mean to him, so this week you're trying to be nice.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, you are.
Yo, for Eddie and Nick, Nick, thank you for that. What did I miss? For Low and Nadeska, I'm Ebro. Another episode of Rap Life Review. Go Seahawks!
What's up? Appreciate you checking out an episode of the Rap Life Review. We're here every week. If you want to subscribe on Apple Music, YouTube, you'll never miss an episode. Get in the conversation, hit us in the comments, hit that like button. We'll see you next week.